And today we're going to be discussing something that I think is extremely important for all of us, something we don't consciously consider or think about quite often, and that is habits. So, our entire life is made up out of a combination of habits. And whether it's good habits or bad habits, that's ultimately will determine where we're going to end up at the end of the day. So, when we're talking about habits, what I mean is, you know, that thing where you know what you're supposed to do. You know you shouldn't eat the chocolate, but you just can't stop yourself. You can't help doing something you know you're not supposed to do. That is usually a habit, a bad habit. Habits does not always mean they're bad. We get good habits and we get bad habits. But that's ultimately the thing. The situation where you do something actually without thinking sometimes, or where you feel you can't stop yourself because the habit is just so strong that you need to do it. So a lot of people will say, yes, but if we look at health specifically, I'm not healthy, I'm not in good shape because I don't have the knowledge to get myself into shape. I don't know what to do. Guys, that's just simply not true. We have established already that it's not a lack of knowledge because we have all of the knowledge in the world literally at our fingertips at any given moment. If we want to get in shape, what's the answer? Start moving, get your heart rate elevated for a prolonged period of time. Then we're going to move into cardio. So that's automatically going to be good for your cardiovascular health. In other words, start walking, start running, start cycling. If you say, okay, yeah, but I don't know how to exercise, once again, we've got the whole internet at our fingertips. And if you say, I don't know, I know I should eat better, but I don't know what to eat or how to eat, guys, the first thing for all of us, if you ask any person with a little bit of schooling, they're going to answer and say, I need to stop eating sugar. Sugar is bad for me. So, I mean, if it was just a simple knowledge problem, then it would be as easy as, okay, so just simply stop eating sugar. But unfortunately, it's not that simple. So if it was just knowledge, it would be easy. But implementing it is where the problem comes in. So, a big part of this problem is that we have been conditioned to want instant gratification. We do not like waiting. If we do something, we want the results now. And unfortunately, the human body does not work that way. We can't do something now and, you can't do 5 sit-ups and 5 push-ups and expect you're going to look like a supermodel. Unfortunately, it does not work that way. Our body needs time. And also our brains need time. So we need to be patient. That is the first thing I want you to know. And remember, right from the start, right when we're just starting to discuss this thing, you need to be patient and you need to have a little bit of grace with yourself. So, the first step that I'm going to take you through for today's session is, and it's also going to be your homework for today, is identify your why. You need a good reason. Just doing something because you know you should be doing it is not going to be a reason. I know I should be exercising more, but it's cold outside. I know I should be eating a lot more healthier than I am. But you know what? I've got so many events and there's birthdays coming up. So I'm just waiting for all of these events to pass. Then it's going to be easier. So if you do things because you should, I'm going to guarantee you're setting yourself up to fail. But if you identify why you want to do something, why you need to do something, then we might be getting there. So what I mean with determine your why is make it part of the bigger picture of your life, of who you are, who you want to be. So, for example, I want to lose weight. Ask yourself, why? Why do I want to lose weight? Okay, I want to lose weight because I want to move a bit more easily and I want to feel a bit more comfortable in my skin. Okay, why do you want to move easily? And why do you want to feel a bit more comfortable in your skin? Okay, because I want to be able to physically play with my kids and not just sit on the sidelines anymore. Okay, why do you want to be able to physically play with your kids and not just be on the sidelines? Because I want a proper relationship with my kids. I want my kids to remember that I was actively there and I was not the mom who constantly had to sit out and just watch them play. I was the mom who played with them. I was the mom who was present in their world. So, my actual why I want to lose weight is for the relationship with my kids, how my kids are going to remember me. That is my why. So a general rule of thumb is when asking why, go 3 levels deep. Then you tend to get to the core of the motivation. So that's going to be my homework for you for today. I want you to really think about the places where you know you want to implement positive changes, where you need better habits. And I want you to start thinking about the real and actual why. It needs to be something that is true to you. It doesn't have to make sense to anyone else. As long as it is true and honest and part of you, then it will work. So we're going to be discussing habits a bit more in the next couple of sessions. And until then, remember, you are fearfully and beautifully made.